Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 10th interview of the series Music Connects People on Music Without Quarantine. And I have to say, the 10th interview is going to be the last interview of the series. And with us today, we have the man himself, the great violinist, Mikhail Pochekin. How are you, Misha?
Hello, Mike. Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you. Today you have, as you said, interview number 10. And next Wednesday we have also our concert number 10. And it's going to be the last one, very last one of the concert series, Music Without Quarantine. First of all, before we start to speak about this project, I would like to say huge thanks, first of all, to our audience. 10 smiles of people who listen to us weekly. So it's very huge audience. Of course, huge thanks to our musicians. We are altogether 27, playing 17 different instruments, and we are coming from 12 different lands. And of course, Mike, I want to say thank you to you, because without you, all this idea would be not realistic, you know?
Mm-hmm. It's been a pleasure and a joy being part of this with you and all the rest of artists. It's been really something great. Let me explain to people how everything started. I remember
yes.
you came over to Madrid to celebrate your birthday, your 30th birthday, and 2-3 days later you came back to Salzburg, where you are now. I'm in Madrid, you're in Salzburg. And suddenly we were all confined and we had this thing with the quarantine. Concerts were cancelled. I remember you called me from Salzburg and said, okay, my concerts have been cancelled, but I'd like to keep playing, and I'd like to make people get closer to music. So in the end, we decided to do this idea, Music Without Quarantine, on Facebook. And we created the webpage on Facebook, and we started doing concerts. And the community has grown and grown. More people have joined us, and it's been really a very interesting experience. And above all, for me, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a joy participating.
Yes, the same for me. And you know, it's truth. I came to Salzburg on March 13th, and I wanted to prepare my next concerts and rehearse with musicians. So my plans were to continue making music, and then suddenly in few days, first I got, as all musicians, this news that our concert are cancelled in next weeks or months. So it was not clear. And then this news about quarantine, that I think whole Europe, or maybe whole the world, quite all the world, we need to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was goal of this idea, because our audience must stay home. Also, we musicians stay home. So to bring our music to homes of our audience. This was our goal. And I think it was really huge motivation for everybody.
Yes, indeed. It was a huge motivation. And I learned a lot from the artists, and I learned a lot also from the audience, because I think we managed to create a community. For instance, an example, one of the people in the audience was José Elizondo, who is a
Yes. fantastic.
who is a composer, and in the end, Benedict Klöckner plays a work by Elizondo. So we didn't know Elizondo until maybe 3 weeks ago or so, and suddenly we've created that connection.
Yes,
It's been
but
an absolute joy.
our slogan speaks about this. Music connects people, and I think this is a perfect case because José is fantastic composer, and he was listening to our concert, as you said, and Benedict has his piece, and he will play it. I think this is something which really connects people. Yes.
Exactly. It's the very proof of it that music connects people. And
yes, and something very interesting as well is about these interviews which you did already with 9 persons. Can you a little bit explain
well,
about
yes,
this?
and
How was this experience?
yeah, we as I said at the beginning, this is the 10th interview, and we had 9 previous interviews. I remember the one I started with was the harpsichordist, Spanish harpsichordist Diego Ares. He was the one to break the ice. But then I had Joel Frederiksen, Claudio Constantini, Benedict Klöckner, Anna Fedorova, Niki Schwarz, Dana Zemtsov. So 10 people, and you, of course. The thing I really learned from all of you, that all of you, you are great artists, but because of the contact I had with you, I realized behind the great artist is also a great person, and for me this is a very important thing. I can tell all of the artists I have the opportunity to interview, apart from the artistry, great artistry, and really good musicianship, they are really, really nice people, and this is I'm happy for.
You know, I listened to all these interviews, and I find it has a very personal touch.
What have been your impressions of the cycle Music Without Quarantine?
For me, very special thing is that we had 17 different instruments, starting with very classical ones like piano, cello, violin, and in the end, balalaika, Russian folk instrument, or maybe marimba. These are very special instruments.
Or viola da gamba, for instance.
Viola da gamba, yes, as well. And for example, this singing by José Hernández Pastor is also very interesting instrument.
Plain chant, Gregorian chant, yes, really.
Yes. And another thing, this was idea from the beginning, that at all the concerts will be played music by modern contemporary composers.
Exactly.
At the very first concert, Benedict Klöckner played Lamentatio by Giovanni Sollima, and at the very last concert on 27th May, Iñaki Alberdi will play a work by Sofia Gubaidulina for accordion. And during these 2 months, we listened many more pieces, and I think this is very important. I think in the future of the music, we cannot imagine concert without contemporary music.
I agree with you. New music must be played, and people have to know this music. The great composers of the past are great, of course, but also nowadays there is great music being written, and I think it's if that was one of our goals to play contemporary music, it's been in each and every one of our concerts every week, every week, and I'm happy for that. So, Misha, it's a pleasure working with you, and it's I'm really how to say grateful having met you and count on you as a friend as well, because you are a fantastic, incredible, out of this planet violinist.
Thank you.
Above all, you are a great person, and people should know that.
Thank you, and the same for me. It was great pleasure to make this realistic together with you. And what I think now, of course, it's a little bit sad that
Yes.
it's about our last concert of Music Without Quarantine. But I always said, and I can just repeat it now, that these digital concerts cannot really replace a live concerts. And now I think we are in a little bit better situation in the world, in Europe, and we have really to think about how to make possible, how to restart again the live concert. This is the main goal, I think, of musicians, of promoters, of music journalists also. I think this is our goal now. And digital concerts are good, but just in this moment of strong quarantine.
I fully agree with you. It's true. Now we have to restart, and I'm sure we all will make it.
Yes. And now I can just once more, as I do every week, invite everybody to our last concert, which will take place on 27th May, 7 o'clock Central European time.